Need to watch something to relax, calm your nerves, and get aesthetic pleasure? Then you're at the right place. Today I'll show you some mesmerizing and satisfying things that are sure to get your attention. Let's go. In this video, we can see the removal of foreign objects from a person's neck. From the outside, it may seem that the man from the video is covered with painful growths which prevent him from living normally. In addition, the author of the video himself wrote that the footage shows the removal of large lice. But this, of course, is not true. The removal of lice and the prevention of the disease called pediculosis looks a bit similar, but it's still quite different from such cleaning. Here, though, it's more likely to be scraping off glued stones and other objects. But that doesn't matter at all, because the main thing is the process. And it's very relaxing and addictive.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
You ever heard of kinetic sand? Yes, it's that sand polymer stuff that's non-toxic, easy to clean, and extremely mesmerizing. It can be hard to stop when you start playing with such sand. And if you start watching videos of kinetic sand cutting, you can stare at the screen for a long time. Such footage is cool, soothing, and mesmerizing. And also, such cutting has an ASMR effect, so it's better to watch this footage with your headphones on. Let's linger on the slicing a little longer. Have you ever wondered how pre-packaged food manufacturers manage to slice ingredients so perfectly and evenly? Maybe factory workers stand around with knives and spend hours slicing strips and cubes? Of course not. Humans can't do it, but machines and conveyors can. Automated production is responsible for slicing smooth ingredients, and it's a pleasure to watch. It's always interesting to watch something break and crumble, especially when it comes to the gradual destruction of an object. The hydraulic press is perfect in this regard, like nothing else. In a matter of seconds, it can turn any object, from a Coke bottle and a brick to an old cell phone or even a durable safe, into a pancake. No matter what's under the press, you can get stuck in the destruction of any object. They say there are 3 things you can watch forever: fire, water, and other people working, especially if those people are masters of their craft. Like this guy, for example. Look at how cool he slices a watermelon. He slices the flesh into thin strips, and in a few seconds, he has only the crust in his hands. This must take a long time to learn. No, this is not a device designed for mass hypnosis, although it does look like one. In fact, it's an amazing sculpture called Lord of the Wind. It's located in China. The sculpture's set in motion by the power of the wind and makes it look alive. No wonder it hypnotizes people so much and makes them fall in love with this incredible art object. And what about real hypnosis? There's such a video in this episode too. This apparatus gradually turns a white circle into a canvas for a hypnotic spiral. Process alone is interesting in itself, but what's also interesting is that the apparatus has created not just a spiral, but a full-fledged portrait. Such an unusual painting could be a great gift. What can you do if your lawn has already been mowed but the edges still look messy? You can use this lawn edging tool. With steady hands and a powerful machine, this man is cutting a straight line right in front of your eyes. Now we're talking. Generally speaking, one can watch the work of machines designed to care for the art for a very long time. For example, here we see the work of a machine that resembles something like an electric scythe. With careful movements, the guy prunes and trims the hedge, which obviously hasn't been done in a long time. The end result is a very pretty picture. You can see hedges like this near the expensive estates of aristocrats. And these guys went even further, and with the help of special tools, turned a very high fence into a smooth and beautiful green wall. Such work is a delight for any perfectionist. Always dreamed of finding a job where you won't know what stress is? Then why not consider a plate painter job? All of this master's work is literally imbued with mesmerism. See for yourself. It's always nice to see how something dirty gradually becomes clean. Let's take a look at such a process. The author of this video filmed cleaning a carpet with a wet vacuum cleaner. The carpet is literally transformed before our eyes as the vacuum draws dirt and water from it. You can buy such a thing to turn the tedious process of cleaning into fun entertainment. Car owners are well aware of the unpleasant feeling when their car gets dirty. It becomes so pleasant when the car is washed. And if done by such a master, using a jet of water under great pressure, the process becomes even more pleasant and mesmerizing. You all had a spiral-shaped anti-stress toy as a child, didn't you? Yes, the one that you could roll from hand to hand and which was always getting tangled. And then the toys were not called anti-stress toys. What kind of anti-stress toy is that? It's rather a toy stress, but not in the hands of a professional. Look what wonders this guy does with it. You can watch it for a very, very long time. By the way, as for the toy, it has an official name, a Slinky. This guy's brave. He didn't spare a whole Bitcoin to record a viral video, but seriously, it's not even about the fake Bitcoin. It's about how the grinding wheel destroys all sorts of objects. They practically disintegrate into molecules. So powerful this machine is. It's a pleasure to watch these experiments, but at the same time, there's a feeling of tension. When you look at the complete destruction of objects, you can't help but feel worried about the author's fingers. It's even more pleasant to watch the work of industrial shredders, machines that can turn almost anything into dust. Powerful shafts gradually grind up objects, leaving only memories of them, and leaving us with pleasant emotions. No matter what ends up there, watermelon, toys, tools, or even a basketball, nothing can get out of the shredder. How do you think cans are disposed of? If you think they get thrown into landfills in their usual form, that's unlikely. In this case, they'll take up too much space, but in their compressed form, they'll take very little space at all. This amazing machine does just that. With a single movement, the tin can is nicely crumpled before our eyes. Working in a printing house is not easy. There are a lot of monotonous activities, paint smell that never leaves your nose, and a lot more. But printing house workers can take part in the mesmerizing process of cutting sheets of paper. You put a thick pile of papers under a huge knife, take your hands off, and the machine cuts off all unnecessary stuff in one motion. The main thing is not to get stuck in the work itself, or you might lose your fingers.
Really? I'm sorry, but this is how it must be done. I was only having fun, Ezio.
As the Starks from a Game of Thrones said, winter is coming. And it's true. Frost is coming, which means you'll have a chance to repeat that mesmerizing and fascinating soap bubble freezing experiment. Or rather, the soap film freezing experiment. Look how beautifully it freezes in the cold. At first, it may look like this guy is sharpening a circus act or an element of gymnastics. But no, he's just throwing a net into the river. This is not an ordinary net, but a cast net, which fishermen also call a parachute. It takes great skill to throw this net correctly, and it takes even more skill to throw it so beautifully that you cannot take your eyes off it. Take a look at this log. What do you think will happen to it in a few seconds? Will it just be sawed in half or sawed into rings? Neither. Pretty soon, it'll be transformed into a stunning dragon statue right in front of your eyes. All you need is a powerful chainsaw, a pair of grinding wheels, and the gifted hands of the master. Did you see that video of the guy plugging the leaking barrel with the special black tape? It got a lot of memes back in the day. But in fact, the video shows a real solution to the problem of leaking tanks. You can find a lot of other similar videos on the internet where the leak is fixed with tape. They all look very cool and entertaining. Usually when some object scratches metal, all we can hear is a sickening sound. It makes us want to plug our ears and relieve those few seconds of hell. But not in this case. The author of this video proved that scratching metal can not only sound pleasant to hear, but also very mesmerizing. Listen and see for yourself. Soap cutting. What could be so interesting and mesmerizing about it? Well, only those who have never seen the process think so. Here it is. The top layer is being cut off with a utility knife, and the soap is transforming right before our eyes. Black and blue soap or green one, the color doesn't matter here because the main thing is the process. No wonder that such short videos are very popular in social networks. I hope this episode was interesting. Thank you for watching and see you later.